Welcome, in front of me is a Samsung Galaxy XCover Pro, and today I'll show you how to bypass the Google verification on this phone. Now for this process we will need a couple things. So one of the most important parts, and probably the one that will make a lot of people not be able to do this bypass, will be another Samsung device. So I have, what is it, the A52? Yep, it looks like A52. So that's what I'm going to be using for this bypass, but basically majority of the Samsung devices will suffice. Now apart from a Samsung device, you will also need a cable like this one, plug it into your computer, and also, well, the computer, and also, and lastly, a stable Wi-Fi connection. So start off by connecting your locked device to your Wi-Fi, and from there let's take the cable, plug it in, and we're gonna move right now to the computer side. So I'm gonna jump there and tell you what you're gonna need. So let's do that right now.
Okay, so continuing the process now from the computer, there are several things that we'll need. Now I would advise you just to simply start on your phone, connect to Wi-Fi on your phone, and then leave it aside. And on the computer side, go to the link that is provided in the description, and it should take you right over here. So there's a couple things that you need from this site here. So you need the Samsung drivers, as you can see. That is so when you plug in your device, a computer will actually see it. And then Samsung FRP bypass tool. You also need that for the actual process of bypass. So once you have that, I already downloaded it and extracted it right over here. So let's run it. Now I have already done this. Oh, let me just close this. This is just some trash that opens up every time you actually open up this application. So just close off your browser. Ads are the cancer here. But yeah, so once you open it up and close the browser that it automatically opens, what you want to do is start off by tapping on a disable driver signature. It will then pop you up with a message that you do need to reboot your device. So simply do so. I already have done it. As you can see, once your computer boots back up, you should see that your Windows is in test mode. As you can see for me, test mode, Windows 10 Pro. So yeah, I am right now in the test mode, which is what this program does. It basically boots your device or your computer to test mode. And from here, all you need to do is reopen the program again. And let's plug in our phone. So let's just the satisfying click. There we go. And once it's plugged in, all you really need to do is make sure that you're connected to that Wi-Fi on your phone and press bypass FRP. Before start, you must connect your device to Wi-Fi. It's already connected, so that's redundant. And as you can see, it will start the process. And there we go, it's finished. So from here, all you really need to do is, well, you're kind of done with the computer side, almost. Before I actually progress any further, I will just add this little info right here, so it's going to be relevant later on. But at this moment, we're done with the computer side, so we can kind of, well, not use it anymore. But at one moment throughout the bypass on the phone side, we will need to replug it in, and once you replug it, just simply tap again the bypass FRP just to get the window to pop up again on your phone, which basically is the necessary window that we need to actually get access to things like the web browser. So that being said, let's now switch back to the overhead camera and continue the process from there.
Okay, so now that we're done on the computer side, I can see right here, I should be having this pop up on the screen just as I do. So if you see this, you can unplug the phone from your computer, and basically do not touch your screen anywhere where the actual pop-up isn't, because if you do, it just disappears. So on that pop-up, you want to tap on view, obviously, let it load up. Let's accept and continue, and I'm gonna say no thanks. And then right at the top, you want to type in HardReset.Info/bypass. Like so. Oh, wait, actually not like so. I made a mistake here. There we go, like that. So, if you need a moment, pause it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna tap on go. And, oh, I did also misspell it right there. So let me just fix that up. So, HardReset.Info/. There we go, like this. Okay. So from here, you should see a bunch of applications, but we're only interested in the Galaxy Store. So let's click on it. From here, you want to select that Try Now, and this will open up your Galaxy Store. Now you want to select the I agree, and then tap on Continue. And from here, we do need to update our Galaxy Store, so let's select that and wait for the update to finish. This will bring us back to, I believe, the browser. Give it a moment and so I'll find out. Yep, there we go. So it looks like this is the case now on, that basically once it updates, it brings us back to the browser. Before, it will bring us back to the actual setup screen. So to get back to where we are right now, we would need to reconnect our device and basically run the program once more, basically the bypass part, to get that pop up again and get back here. But if it didn't take you back to the setup screen, then there is no need, because all you need to do now is tap again the Try Now, and this will simply launch your store. Now from here, tap on the search icon, which is barely visible, and from search options, you can select the Smart Switch Mobile. You can see it here. If you don't see it, then you can simply just type it in. And from there, select the button to download the program right here. Smart Switch Mobile should download fairly quickly. Now once it's done installing, you're gonna click on the play button to run the app, continue and allow. And now we want to select that this device will be receiving data. So let's select receive from Galaxy Android. And I'm gonna be using a cable for this purpose. I do have one right over here. These are the cables that come with the newer Androids, where both of the ends are Type-C. So I can connect basically both of the phones with a single cable. But if you don't have such a cable, there's a possibility you can use the Wi-Fi option. So simply you would connect to same networks on both of the devices and basically connect them together through Wi-Fi. That's it. Now the process will take a little bit longer over the Wi-Fi than it does over the cable, so that's why I'm going with the cable. So I'm going to select the cable, and once that is selected, let's just kind of move that to the side, and then move that out of the way. I'm going to bring this into view. So here we got a secondary Android. Now this one is unlocked. It needs to be unlocked. You need to have access to it. And what you want to start off with is going into the settings and making sure that you do have a Google account in here. So let's go into, where is it? Accounts and backup, manage accounts. And for me, actually, I don't have an account added, so I'm going to quickly add one. Oh, I actually first need to connect to Wi-Fi apparently. There we go. So from here, once I'm actually connected, let's add the account. There we go. So I'm gonna log in. If I wouldn't misspell it actually. Come on, seriously. There we go. And I'm obviously gonna put in a password, so let me move it off the screen. There we go. So now I'm logged in. Okay, so you can see there is the account. So from here, once you have added the account, let's go back home, and now we want to open up the Galaxy Store. So right over here. Let's agree and continue. And again, we're looking for the smart switch, and it looks like we do need to update Galaxy Store on here as well. Okay, and once more, let's look for the smart switch, which again comes up as suggested right here. And again, you want to download it. So again, open it up. I think I missed it, so I can select open from here. And now let's allow, continue, whatever. And let's grab our cable, assuming you're using a cable. If you're using Wi-Fi, then I'm gonna choose Wi-Fi later on. So on this device, I'm gonna select that I am gonna be sending data. So send over a cable, there we go, and connect. Let's just unplug it and replug it maybe. Boop. Okay, so there we go. So let's select allow here, and this phone is gonna start reading the data that is on this device. So give it a moment. And you can see right here, there's a bunch of stuff selected in here, so we're gonna tap right at the top to deselect all of it, and all we want to select now is the accounts, settings, and home screen. So only those three. From there, scroll down and tap on transfer. And right here it will bring up this question if you want to copy your account. So obviously we're gonna select copy because we do want to. And this will bring up a login screen right here on our locked device. Now this account is the account that we have logged into right over here. So you obviously should know the password for it. So I'm gonna take it off the screen and I'm gonna put in the password for this account. Okay, there we go. So it looks like when you're doing the transfer here, it is case sensitive, while everywhere else it's not. I don't know how that works, but whatever. So let's just wake up our device to... Hello? There we go. Okay, so from here, transfer your account. I'm not sure why it's staying on this one, considering it shouldn't be, but let's just select skip, I guess. Hopefully it worked. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so from here, let's just select go to the home screen, which we want to go to home screen. We'll go to setup screen, which is okay. I'm gonna unplug the device, get rid of this one because it's not needed anymore. Assuming the account got transferred. And from here, we're gonna simply progress through the setup. And it worked. As you can see, it gives us an information that account was added, and right here you can see that this is the account that I have that has logged in. I can even bring it back up and just go back here. If I go into the settings, accounts, bam, right here you can see this is the exact same account. So it got moved from here to the locked device, overriding the other account that we needed to verify. So what we need to do is tap on next and let's finish up the setup right here. Now at this moment I would recommend you to basically skip everything you can. It doesn't really matter how we set up our device right now because we still need to perform a factory data reset of it. So just skip as much as you are able to. So once the process is finished and we are on the home screen, let's just wait for the apps. There we go. So from here, let's go straight into the settings. Scroll down to General Management, select Reset, and then Factory Data Reset. And from here, I'm gonna just select Reset and delete all, and this will begin the process. So obviously it's gonna start removing everything that includes your Google account along with the old one that was blocking us. And once the process is finished, it will bring us back to the Android setup screen, but at that point the device will be fully unlocked, so you can set it up as however you like. Now I'm gonna wait for this to finish, and I'm gonna go through a quick setup once I can, so see you then. And as you can see, now the process is finished, so you can set up your device as however you like. Now, like I said before, I'm just gonna go through a really quick setup, just so you can see that I don't actually need to confirm anything. And there we go, as you can see, that is it. So, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.